He took revenge on the very policeman who put him in jail. So my dad was chatting with me the other day over coffee, going on about this old buddy of his from back in the neighborhood. The guy's nickname is Caillou. Apparently that's what everyone calls him, because he looks a bit like one of those sticky little caramel candies we used to snag from the corner store as kids. His real name's Ryan, but nobody said it out loud in years. Dad met Ryan through some mutual friends at a community barbecue a couple summers ago. Ryan was in his early 40s by then, working odd jobs fixing cars and mowing lawns, always showing up with a six-pack to share and cracking dumb jokes that had everyone chuckling. He had this quiet way about him, you know? Like he'd listen to your problems for hours without interrupting, then offer some no BS advice that actually made sense. Dad said the guy was just solid cordial as hell, even helped an old lady across the street one time without a second thought. But here's where it gets wild. Dad found out bits and pieces over time, mostly from Ryan letting stuff slip during late night talks after a few beers. Ryan started running with the wrong crowd when he was just 13, grew up in a rough spot where stealing hubcaps or breaking into sheds was basically how you proved you weren't a pushover. By his mid-teens, he was pulling small-time robberies, gas stations, corner shops, nothing too flashy, but enough to keep the adrenaline pumping and the pockets lined. Things escalated when he hit 20. He and a couple buddies planned this dumb heist on a pawn shop, figuring they'd grab some jewelry and bolt. Ryan had a gun that time, one of those cheap handguns you could get off the street for next to nothing. They got spotted before they even made it inside. Some nosy neighbor called it in. Cops swarmed the place, and Ryan ended up getting tackled during the chase. That was it, intent to rob. With a firearm, slammed him with 10 years upstate. He did the full stretch, got out clean around 30. Dad figures the time inside hardened him some, but not in the way you'd expect. Ryan came back too. The neighborhood quieter, kept his head down, started those handyman gigs to stay straight. But not long after, maybe a year or two, he snapped. The cop who'd busted him all those years back, the same guy who'd testified and pushed for the max sentence, was still patrolling the area. Ryan tracked him down one night, waited outside his shift change, and shot him dead in the parking lot. No witnesses, no note, just cold execution. Cops pieced it together quick enough. Ryan didn't even run far. Another 10 years tacked on, this time for murder one. What's messed up isn't the crimes, though, it's how Ryan still is. Dad ran into him again recently at that same community spot. Ryan out on some kind of work release program now, smiling like nothing happened, asked about my sisters. New job, offered to tune up Dad's truck for free. No edge, no bitterness, just that same nice guy vibe. Makes you wonder what the hell flips in someone's head to do all that and then act like you're borrowing sugar from the neighbor. Dad says it's a reminder. People are layers. Man, you never really know.